Welcome to Games from Folktales, a podcast that mixes historical research and tabletop role-playing settings. I'm your host, Timothy Ferguson. This week, a strange ghostly warder, Fair Ellen of Radcliffe. This week and the next, two ghostly variants from a collection of Lancastrian ballads by John Harland. Ghosts can take many forms, but one of the more frightening ones is to appear with the wounds of their death upon them. In Fair Ellen's case, this means she can appear as a large pie. She's the guardian of a child with no education, that is, heir to a huge swath of land. He'd make a great NPC, then tame nobleman for a covenant. Radcliffe is a real town, but you can move the story anywhere. Her bloody handprint appears in the kitchen where she was murdered, and it might be of his source. Thanks to Phil Benson and his LibriVox production team.
Fair Ellen of Radcliffe. There was a lord of worthy fame, and a hunting he would ride, attended by a noble train of gentry by his side. And while he did in chase remain, to see both sport and play, his lady went, as she did fain, unto the church to pray. This lord he had a daughter dear, whose beauty shone so bright. She was beloved both far and near of many a lord and knight. Fair Ellen was this maiden called, a creature fair was she. She was her father's only joy, as you shall after see. Therefore her cruel stepmother did envy her so much, that day by day she sought her life, her malice it was such. She bargained with the master cook to take her life away, and, taking of her daughter's book, she thus to her did say, Go home, sweet daughter, I thee pray, go hasten presently, and tell unto the master cook these words that I tell thee. And bid him dress to dinner straight that fair and milk-white doe, that in the park doth shine so bright, there's none so fair to show. This lady, fearing of no harm, obeyed her mother's will, and presently she hasted home, her pleasure to fulfil. She straight into the kitchen went, her message for to tell, and there she spied the master cook, who did with malice swell. Now, master cook, it must be so, do that which I thee tell. You needs must dress the milk-white doe, which you do know full well. Then straight his cruel bloody hands he on the lady laid, who quivering and shaking stands, while thus to her he said, Thou art the doe that I must dress. See here, behold my knife, for it is pointed presently to rid thee of thy life. Oh, then cried out the scullion boy, as loud might be, Oh, save her life, good master cook, and make your pies of me. For pity's sake, do not destroy my lady with your knife. You know she is her father's joy. For Christ's sake, save her life. I will not save her life, he said, nor make my pies of thee. Yet if thou dost this deed bewray, thy butcher I will be. Now when his lord he did come home, for to sit down and eat, he called for his daughter dear, to come and carve his meat. Now you sit down, his lady said, Oh, sit you down to meat. Into some nunnery she is gone, your daughter dear forget. Then solemnly he made a vow before the company, that he would neither eat nor drink until he did her see. Oh, then bespake the scullion boy with a loud voice so high, If now you will your daughter see, my lord, cut up that pie, wherein her flesh is minced small, and parched with the fire, all caused by her stepmother, who did her death desire. And cursed be the master cook, oh, cursed may he be! I proffered him my own heart's blood from death to set her free. Then all in black this lord did mourn, and for his daughter's sake he judged her cruel stepmother to be burnt at a stake. Likewise he judged the master cook in boiling lead to stand, and made the simple scullion boy the heir of all his land.
Stats eventually. I'd hoped not to be doing that sort of thing this year, but the new magazine is taking up a surprising amount of time. So far, the first 60 pages are laid out. It's looking good. Your saga may vary.